Hello, today I will tell you how to find and make a good research question for an IRR. To find a good research prompt or an issue, a global issue which affects society in today's world, you will probably have to research for it. You will probably go onto sites to look for these issues. Some trusted sites that you should probably refer to are sites that end with .gov, .edu, or .org. These sites are trusted and do not obtain any bias at most times. Now, some examples of these issues that you can use for an IRR research question would be global warming affecting ice caps in the North Pole, or such as to what extent does AI affect the education of students in schools. Now, when creating your IRR research question, you must always remember to make it sophisticated. You must always put to what extent before your research, at this beginning of your research question, such as AI and education. You would write, to what extent does AI affect education in modern schools?
A well-crafted research question is fundamental to the success of any research paper. It serves as a guiding beacon for us and shapes the direction of their study. A good research question is not only clear and focused, but also significant and researchable. But what key points makes up a good research paper? Firstly, clarification and precision. A good research paper question avoid ambiguity, and it allows researchers and audiences to understand the true intention without confusion. For example, the impact of social media. It's not clear enough, but if we narrow it down to a specific group, specific app, and specific lens, it will become much more easier to understand. For example, to what extent does Instagram impacts the cultural and social experiences of teenage girls? But this question is not significant enough, is it? A significant question addresses existing problems, respond to current issue. Moreover, it's debateful and full of challenge, and it ensures it's meaningful. Topics that are significant, such as climate change, economic, president election, is a good choice to put in your research question because it addresses current issues and global significance. Third, focus. A well-defined question should be narrow enough for in-depth analysis and researchable, but also broad enough to contribute significance, relatable, and to existing knowledges. For example, questions like the impact of climate change is too wide and too expensive. But if we focus it and narrow it down, we can make much better research questions. For example, to what extent does climate change affect the agricultural experiences in, for example, California in the last decades? It would be much more easier to understand and more focused. Lastly, feasibility. A feasible research question can be realistically investigated, given an available resource, time, and data. It means that to make a good research question, we have to find resources that are realistic, and moreover, it's significant. For example, we can have questions like, what does a unicorn look like? Because we cannot research it, and it's a mythical creature. So we have to have a specific question that we can research.
Hi, I'm Vincent. I'm going to talk about what's plagiarism and how to avoid it. So, what's plagiarism? using someone else's work, ideas, or thoughts without giving them credit. And there are 4 forms of plagiarism. The first one is direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism is turning someone else's work as your own, or copying words or text without proper citation. The second one is paraphrasing plagiarism. Paraphrasing plagiarism is changing words but maintaining the original sentence structure without giving them credit, or restating ideas from a source without proper acknowledgement. The third one is mosaic plagiarism. Mosaic plagiarism is the student use source without using quotation marks or find synonyms in other language while keeping the same original idea. The fourth one is self-plagiarism, reusing your own previous submitted work without permission or acknowledgement. That's also self-plagiarism. For example, you take your previous project and turn it in as a new project. That's called self-plagiarism.
How to avoid plagiarism? First, understanding when to cite. If you are using another person's idea, opinion, theories, or words, you do need to cite the resources. In some certain presentation, you do use statistics, graph, drawing, low scenario, common knowledge. You also do need to cite the resources. And quoting. When not to cite. For example, if you are using your own words and common knowledge, we don't need to cite them. For example, the sky is blue. Information that could be found in dictionary that also not considered as plagiarism.